What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I just need to start by saying I'm so sorry. I haven't posted in ages. I know it's really disappointing, but guys, I'm back, and I'm back better than ever. I've got a lot of plans for videos, and I've got a lot coming up. I know that coronavirus is going on, so I just thought I would, put out some more views while everyone's just chilling at home. So let's just get into this video. So today's video, as you would have seen from the title, is basically look at what cars I would love to get in my future. So these are more cars, long term down the track, what I would love to get, the cars I really like. And I've also put in I've put in certain budgets of how much I would spend on cars, and different price ranges and sort of what's available and what I like. Okay, guys, jumping into the video, I think the first budget that would fit perfectly is $20,000. So obviously $20,000 is a lot for a car, but this is Australian dollars, so not as much if you're in the US. But I think that's a very good first budget, especially if you're looking to buy quite a nice car. So I think the first car company I'd like to look at is HSV, Holden Special Vehicles. They are basically Holden, which is an Australian brand, but they make quite the special vehicles are Holden, and they make insane cars basically. So I just need to chuck in price 20,000. It's 2,000, 20,000. Let's have a look. Okay, so we just start off high to low. Use the better cars are at the higher price range. Got a Marloo Ute. Things like this sort of look a bit older. Got a few in here. I definitely would want a manual transmission, because for HSVs, manual transmissions do run a lot better. Oh, this caught my eye. Let's have a look here. So this is a 2002 HSV Marloo Ute. So this is HSV. I'm really love the color. I really like the wheels. Manual transmission, exactly what I want. $500 to spare. The big V8 engine. It looks really good. It looks like a great car. So this is 164,000 Ks, 5.7 litre V8, which is just insane. Look at that. That's insane. 0 to 100 in 5.6 seconds. That is really quite quick, especially for a Ute. A lot of Utes aren't that fast. So it's got 260 kilowatts of power. So I think that equates to about 350 horsepower. Don't quote me on that. That's just sort of off the top of my head, but it's around that. So even if it's 350 horsepower, is really quite solid. It's rear-wheel drive. Obviously a lot of people use it for burnouts, things like that, but that's just a wicked car. And I've decided I would do sort of two for each, except for one exception. I only found one car I really wanted. So the next car I'm thinking, I know it. We're looking for Porsche. There's a few Porsches that have been going for a bit cheaper, especially the Boxsters. Boxsters, I think, are wicked. So that's sort of what I've been looking at. If we look at another manual transmission, because the older car, I don't think the automatics are that great. And we go, where's price? Here we go, price. Again, budget 20,000. And 20,000 get you quite a neat Porsche Boxster. It's right here. 78,000 Ks, $2 under budget. So that's quite a mint car. Obviously, they're not the best looking cars in the world, but I do think that a Porsche Boxster with a wrap can look quite nice. Look, that interior looks really quite nice. It's been well kept up, which is what I've found with a lot of Porsche Boxsters. The interior and the leather has gone really quite rough. And so what have we got? 6-cylinder, brilliant, 150 kilowatts power. So I think that's about 200 horsepower. So that still is pretty good. 0 to 100, 6.9 seconds. It's pretty quick. Not as fast as the HSV, but it's still, quite a fast car. For 20 grand, you're getting a Porsche, you're getting a nice car, two-seater coupe, or two-seater convertible. Brilliant looking car. Really nice, really nice. So now, go back to home. I think the next budget, I would say, would be about $50,000. $50,000 would be people saving up, many, many years to get a car. And for that, I know exactly which is the first car I'm going to go look at, which you can find for quite a bit under $50,000. But I just think you can find some really nice models, really good looking ones, the higher models. What do we got? Oh, we need to put in our price again. Max 50,000. There we go. $50,000 budget straight off the bat. 2002 Lotus Elise manual, really nice looking car. I love the orange. Looks like it's been really quite well maintained. Has got an aftermarket steering wheel, but still great. The engines in these are great. It's 1.8 litre 4-cylinder, but they run amazing and will last a long time. So what do we got? Inline 4, 116 kilowatts power. It's I think about 150 horsepower, maybe a bit more. But I mean, for a car that weighs next to nothing, that's just brilliant. It's just what you need. Still 0 to 100, still 5.3 seconds. Like, that's still very, very quick, especially for a 2002 car. But I think the looks on that, you can't go past it. It just looks good. And driving down the road, people look at that and just be like, wow. It brings a lot of wow factor to it. So the next car I really like is going straight to Mercedes. I have a car in mind. It's pretty nice. I think it's a great car. You can find a great one. Yeah, look, C63 AMG. And if we chuck our budget of 50,000 in again, that will bring up quite a nice model. Go sort of the higher to lower. What models we got here? Look, 2012. 2012 one, look at that. This is a brilliant looking car. It looks really nice. Black. It's a really good color, really nice car, and I think they look really good. And they are insanely good cars. 6.3 litre, 8-cylinder. Absolutely stunning car. I think they look great. And it's just, yeah, V8. You can't beat it. 336 kilowatts power. That's, I think, about 450 horsepower. And for under 50 grand, 450 horsepower is insane. 4.4 seconds, 0 to 100. That's fairly bloody quick. And you're getting quite a modern Mercedes for that as well. And a C-Class as well. They're really quite sought after. You get the AMG engine, 600 newton meters of torque. That is quite a solid car for under 50 grand. Now, if we keep moving, I think definitely the next budget will be, I would say, $100,000. Now, $100,000 is getting me quite up for spending for a car. Now, this is where I went wrong. Instead of picking two cars, I couldn't really think of anything I really wanted for $100,000. So my next budget, I put 3 cars in, but one of those cars is just above 100,000. So that's why I put it in there. And that's a really good car. But for under 100,000, I think definitely your best bet is, well, we'll just have to see, is definitely Nissan, and it's got to be the Nissan GTR. The R35 Nissan GTR to be specific. There we go, GTR. R35, got that 100 grand in. High to low, what have we got? 2011, 17,000 Ks, that's a brilliant buy. What have we got? Quite a 2014, 2009, 2014, 11. Look, quite a vast range here. 2010, 2009. I really like this white one actually. 2013. I do really like white Nissan GTRs, but 94 grand. It's a really good looking car. An absolute cracker of a car. Fast as hell. And it just looks so good. It's got a 6-cylinder turbocharged, 100,000 Ks. Is okay, but that's all right. 440 kilowatts power. It's 540 horsepower or so. That's insane. 0 to 102.7 seconds. That's supercar speed for under 100 grand. Definitely, if I had 100 grand, that's probably the car I'd buy. I think it looks great. Seems like it drives great. I love Nissans. Nissans are great cars. So I think that would be a very good bet. Moving on. Okay. Now I did the next budget as a bit higher. For the next budget, to give it a bit more range, I did next budget is $200,000. Now obviously 200,000 is a big step up from 100,000, but I thought to add a few more supercars in there, you get the Lamborghinis, the Ferraris, things like that. That's more what I was looking at, because obviously that's where a lot of people want to work off too. But I have seen a great Lamborghini. There it is, Lamborghini for sale. and I know it'd be a good buy. So this 2004 Lamborghini Gallardo manual, $155,000, black exterior, pretty plain, pretty basic, still a great looking car, but the red interior, obviously with a gated 6-speed. That is what everyone wants in the Gallardos, is the gated 6-speed manual. Not obviously, most people know the Gallardos. The V10 5 litre, beautiful car, 0 to 100 at 4.2 seconds, about 500 horsepower or so. It's just a great all-round car. Obviously, it's a 2004 model, so I don't believe they had the front end lift. That's the only downside to it. But I mean, you get the gated manual, coming a lot more rarer. Great car. The next car I did have a look at and pick, and I did think the next two cars are actually Ferrari. So first one is 360. I know this car is under 100 grand. This one right here, 2002 360 Spider manual, 115,000. This is a car I was saying that's just above 100 grand, and so I love the 360 Spiders. I understand why this car might be a bit cheaper. Obviously, the color, maybe people may not like it. I personally quite like the color. I think it's a bit more out there, and you get the 6-speed gated manual transmission, which is awesome. Seats are a bit worse for wear. Looks like it's still in quite nice condition, things like that. Got the toolkit, things like that, but a great car. And obviously gated manual transmission, 0 to 100, 4.6 seconds. Power, I think, is about 400 horsepower or so. It's just mid-engine supercar, and it's a Ferrari. It's a Ferrari. That's a great buy, I think. 115,000. If you've got the money, the V8 is brilliant. That's what I'd be picking. But the next car is a Ferrari, and now this next car is, it's a California, and most people will be going, why would you buy a California? $170,000 for a 2011 Ferrari. That's the price range. So these new were over $400,000. This is what I look at. You get carbon ceramic brakes, you get a dual clutch transmission, you get a hard top convertible, you get a really, I think it's a really nice looking car. As much as people hate this car and think it's not a real Ferrari, I think it's a great car, and it is still really quite fast. And 2011, $170,000 is just crazy. And I've seen these for even cheaper. I've seen them go for $150,000, which is just crazy money. So I think this would be a great buy. It's got about 450 horsepower, 0 to 100, 4 seconds. Would be a lovely cruising car. That's what I would pick. I think that would be a great car. I would probably pick the Lamborghini and the 360 over this, but still, I think that looks mean. I think it would be a wicked pickup. But as always, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this one. This is what I'm doing in quarantine now. Haven't got much to do, so I thought I'd just share with you with what my car picks are. Maybe you guys can leave in the comments down below what you would pick. I want to see that. I want to see what you guys pick. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you have a good night. I hope you're having fun in quarantine, and stay safe, guys.